Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Brandon, and welcome to Audio Addiction, where you can find the latest album reviews, you can find local and non-local band interviews, and you can also find live episodes, which we record every Wednesday night at Eastern Standard Time, give or take. So make sure you come hang out for the episodes. I know they haven't been getting a lot of views as of recently, but we'd love to come chat with you guys. So make sure you're vocal in the live episodes. It would really benefit us, and we'd love to really, again, chat with you guys. And so you don't miss out, make sure to subscribe to the channel, as well as like this video if you like Silent Planet. Also, thank you for all the new viewers who have checked out the Blink-182 album that I did. I hope to be doing some more like pop punk in the foreseeable future. So super excited about that. But again, I'm getting away from myself. Tonight we're going to be talking about the new Silent Planet record, Everything Was Sound, which comes out July 1st. So if you haven't, make sure to check them out. If not, make sure to check them out at Warped Tour. They're going to be at Warped Tour, I think, until July 17th. So if that's your date, make sure to check them out. They put on an awesome live show, and I can't wait to see them on the Philly/Camden date, which I believe is July 8th. So also, as a side note, if you're going to the Philly date for Warped Tour, make sure you come say what's up to us. We're going to be walking around. We'll be wearing some special clothing, which I can't discuss, but I'll make sure to be putting out a video very shortly on that. And yeah, so without further ado, this is Silent Planet's Everything Was Sound album review. So for those of you who haven't heard of Silent Planet, they haven't been around for too long. They started in about 2010 with their first EP, Come Wind, Come Weather. This was not when I heard of them. I heard they were pretty small back then. But I heard their first EP, Last Sleep, 1944 to 1946. And that EP was ridiculous. And I was like hooked on this band ever since then. So this is their second studio album, their first being The Night God Slept. If you have not checked out that record, I highly recommend it. Awesome band, especially Last Sleep. That was really great as well. Both were great, but I was super excited to hear that they were putting out a new record, and I've been a fan of them for quite some time now, so I wanted to do a review of it, obviously. So the first track being Inherit the Earth, probably one of the best ways to start off this record. It starts off really ambient, kind of like spacey. It's really awesome. They're very known for that kind of like ambient, kind of like, I don't know, like spacious kind of sound that they have. But man, this track kicks in and immediately you start feeling like the raw emotion of Garrett, their unclean vocalist. Does an awesome job. I heard from Ryan Kirby of Fit for a King that he picked up some of his screaming talents from Ryan. And if you haven't checked out Fit for a King, check them out as well. But so anyway, he got some of his skills and talents from Ryan Kirby, and he utilized it on this record, which I thought was really awesome. But this track is a banger, super heavy. Again, the type of music you would expect from Silent Planet to put out. Again, great opener track. Really gets you in the mood and understanding, like, you know, how this record is gonna feel like. I highly recommend checking out the descriptions in the YouTube videos. They post a lot of, like, you know, the backstories to the lyrics. I really can't go into all of them as much as I'd like to, but they really give an awesome backstory. Garrett's a really good storyteller and lyricist. And I don't know if anybody else does lyrics in the band, but I know he writes some awesome lyrics, and this is no different. This is a awesome track. Again, awesome track to lead off with. And we'll move into track number 2, which was actually a single. It's called Psychescape. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it features Spencer Chamberlain of Underoath and Sleepwave. So if you're not familiar with him, I mean, come on, they're OGs. You gotta be familiar with them. But anyway, if you haven't, checked them out. But this was a single. I was really hyped on it. Another awesome single. Again, check out their footnotes of the YouTube videos that they put out. Amazing stuff. Really goes into the deepness of the lyrics and stuff like that. Again, just a brilliant track from these guys. Spencer Chamberlain was utilized beautifully in this track. You can hear some of his more tender kind of vocals, and then he does a little bit of a scream part towards the end of his guest spot in the song. I really feel like they utilized him very well, like I said earlier, in this track. Probably one of my favorite tracks off the record, and just based off of being the single, but as well as just listening to the whole album as a whole, probably one of my favorite tracks. Track number 3, Dying in Circles, another brilliant track. It's really got that ambient layer to it, like they're known for, like I said. But another beautifully composed track. All of the instrumentals were excellent. Lyrics were beautiful. I just really love the heaviness of this track. I don't know if Garrett utilizes the heavier screams in this track, but again, awesome utilization of Garrett's vocals. So we'll move on to track number 4, which is Understanding Love as a Loss. This, I believe, features a little bit of Thomas Freckleton, their bass player, who does some of the clean vocals on this record. I would have liked a little bit more of his cleans on this record. I feel like he has an underrated clean voice. So I feel like he put a lot of grit into some of these tracks that we'll go into a little bit further as the reviews go on. But another super solid track from them, another heavy track, beautifully composed again. Garrett's vocals have improved tremendously over the EP and their last studio record. I've really enjoyed seeing his progression as a vocalist, and just the rest of the band as a whole, like coming up with these tracks are really well written. And again, another solid track from these guys. Track number 5 is Tu Comprehende. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm really bad with these things, but I think it's in French, so I don't typically speak French, so don't butcher me in the comments. But yeah, this one's another, I guess I wouldn't even call it a filler track. It's a nice like ambient kind of like mellow track to lead into Panic Room. I really feel like it gets you into the mood. Again, they use that really spacious ambient kind of sound with their guitars, and the drums just aren't, I mean, they're kind of there, but it's trying to build up the track to Panic Room, which we'll get into right now. Is their 6-track Panic Room. It was their first single that they released off this record, and I was hooked immediately as soon as I listened to the track and the meanings behind the track. I was really hooked, and each one of these tracks, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Panic Room's about PTSD. We'll talk about Orphan, which I think is about I think they worked with I forget that organization. It's a non-for-profit. I think it's to help. I think it's like World Crisis or something like that. But it's basically about children. And then Psychescape is, I think it's like a mental disease or something. You can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But yeah. Anyway, getting back to Panic Room, it's about PTSD. It's about one of his close friends who came back from, I believe, Iraq, and he suffered from PTSD. I can speak English. But another beautifully composed track. I love when they go super heavy, and then, well, before they go into a breakdown or some sort of like heavy line, I love when they have that like kind of like spacious like ambient tone before it really kicks in. I feel like they've really perfected that over the albums. But this track is another beautiful track. Again, I was hooked immediately when the single came out for this one, and I was super excited for the rest of the record. Obviously, I'm doing a review on it, so I'm super pumped for them. Track number 7, Redivider. This was another super heavy track. Garrett's lows got so much better over the previous record. So shout out to Ryan Kirby. He did an awesome job kind of mentoring Garrett. I can't wait to see them at Warped and see them play some of these newer tracks live, because it really does utilize Garrett's voice well, and I hope that they are able to play more of the tracks off their new record. This one's also another great track off the record, can't say enough about these guys. Track number 8, Nervosa. Probably my favorite track off the record for sure. Again, another super heavy track. I like when they kind of space it out and they really make you feel things, and then they hit you real hard with like a nice aggressive guitar and aggressive vocals. It just makes it feel that much better when the breakdown hits. So this one's just another one of my favorite tracks off the record. I can't speak enough about these guys. Just the way they compose the record, they compose these tracks are just simply amazing, and I can't wait to see what they do in the future. Track number 9 is Set. I'm not even gonna try to butcher that. You can read it yourself. This is kind of like Tu Comprende. It's another kind of like ambient, kind of spacious track to lead into Orphan, which we'll talk about right now. Orphan was their 3rd single, I believe, that they didn't release that long ago. But another heavy track, probably one of my favorites off the record for sure. You can check that out on YouTube. Again, I highly recommend. I don't know how many times I'm going to say it, but I'm going to say it a lot. Definitely check out the YouTube footnotes, because Garrett does take a ton of time. I don't know if he does it, but he does take a lot of time reading books, reading magazines, and reading about information, and it's really cool to see these lyrics and how he's taken them and made them his own kind of a thing and made them into these tracks. It's just really cool, and probably one of the more unique ways to write tracks. Probably one of the most unique lyricists I would say in the metal community for sure. Track number 11, No Place to Breathe. Another really heavy track, another heavy hitter. I loved this one's probably another one of my favorite tracks off the record for sure. I just love the breaks and just the typical stuff that you hear from Silent Planet. If you have not checked them out, again, I highly recommend that you check these guys out. They really deserve all the respect and love that they can get from their fans. Just an awesome bunch of dudes that I hear from, and I can't wait to meet them at Warped. Track number 12, First Father. Another awesome track. Starts off a little bit more ambient. Like I said, they're very known for that ambient kind of spacious, heavy track, heavy sound. This one features a little bit more of their clean vocals, if I'm not mistaken. Again, another brilliant track from these guys. I was so stoked that they announced an album, like I said, and just I'm appalled and floored by how good this album is. And then last track, Inhabit the Wound. I was gonna say Inhabit the World for some reason, but I didn't. So good. But yeah, this last track really closes out the album really well. Again, Garrett's killing it with the unclean vocals. He's shown his diversity throughout this record. His really low screams, his really nice mid-range screams. I don't think he's done too much high screams, but again, I don't need that. It's really awesome that he's done that, and just a great way to round off the rest of this record. I think they use a little bit more of Thomas's vocals in this last track, but the one thing that I can say about this record that I kind of missed a little bit more of is, again, the clean vocalist from Thomas. I really endear his clean vocals, so I would have liked to see a little bit more utilization from his end. But if you're looking for an album that's really heavy, it's got some nice ambient elements to it that don't get too crazy, but it doesn't take away from the beauty of the music, then I would highly recommend this record. Garrett really did an awesome job lyrically and vocally on this record. I feel like this is his strongest record that he's put out to date, and I can't wait to see what they do next. But yeah, I'm super, as you can tell, I'm super pumped for this record. I got it a little bit early, so I'm super excited to go through it, to go through all these tracks with you guys. And let me know what your favorite tracks are from this record. I know it's coming out Friday. I don't know if any of you guys got your pre-orders early. If not, make sure to pick it up. At least make sure to check out their set at Warped. I always make sure when I go to Warped I check out different bands. So I'm super excited to see these guys. Like I've said 100,000,000 times, they're just an awesome band, and I can't say enough about these dudes. Solid guys. I probably rate this album probably a 9 out of 10 for sure. I definitely put this in the ranks of my albums of the year. It just got that proper mix of heavy tracks. It's got some nice like ambience to the guitars, the instrumentals, just basically the whole instrumentals of the track. Garrett's vocals have improved tremendously over the past EP and album, and Thomas has done an excellent job with his clean vocals. I feel like he's just progressed even more as the albums go on, and obviously they pick up some more ways to do things, and I'm excited to see the growth of this band. I've been following them for quite some time now, so I'm just excited to see what they do next. And make sure to pick it up. Make sure to pre-order it if you can still. Definitely make sure to check out their set at Warped, like I said. If not, pick up their CD. I hear they're super nice dudes, and again, I can't wait to see them live at Warped Tour. But yeah, make sure, if you like this video, make sure to thumbs it up. It really helps out our channel, and it helps you get, helps us get more exposure to awesome bands that you want us to check out. Also, if you have any recommendations for albums you want me to review, make sure you let me know in the comments section below. And also make sure to subscribe if you like what we do. We work really hard at putting out some quality content for you guys to see. So just make sure to, subscribe so you guys can check out the latest things. And yeah, we'd love to chat with you again with the live episodes. So make sure you hit us up on the live episodes. I'll try to be more vigilant in posting Twitter updates when we go live. But again, make sure to check out Silent Planet. We'll make sure to leave all of their pertinent information in the description below. Again, check them out at Warped if you're going to Warped this year. If not, make sure to pick up the record. It really does help out these bands that, have worked really hard for an album, and they really want to, impress you guys. So make sure to check out the record. The record is Silent Planet's Everything Was Sound, and it comes out July 1st. So if you guys like what we did, hit us up, on Twitter. Let us know what's good. All right, guys. So with that being said, I'm Brandon. This is Audio Addiction, and we'll see you later. Peace, guys.